Looks like this little guy lost all his low-level wiring. That explains why he's out cold. Let's wire this terminal. And that's all the wire I have. At least he's got more wires now. Huh. It's not exactly the same shape, but maybe if I turn it. Well, heck. Now, I'm out of wire. These shouldn't be connected. Yeah, that's better. And that's all the wire I have. I have a good feeling about that pattern. But I don't know why. Hey, he's alive! You're alive, little buddy! How do you feel? So glad to have you back. Hey, how about this little guy? I think he wants to help.
Wow, look at him go. Oh, and he knows electronics. Great. He might just be the genius I was looking for.
Yep, and they do windows.
But I was just trying to take care of my family.
Your family, Walter? Or yourself?
Hi, my name's Shay. I'm from... out of town.
Me too. I'm from Sugar Bunting. My name's Husker. This here is Walter.
Walter.
Sticking with that, are you?
Did you say your name was Walter? Or Walt-er?
My name was lightened to Walter by Harmony Lightbeard.
It's not a cult thing.
It is a cult thing. No, wait. It's not a cult thing. Quit confusing me.
Oh, you mean that pack rat on that pile of junk back there?
Pack rat?
Yeah, turns out he was hiding this amazing mountain of trash under the fake cloud covering.
Darn it. I knew it.
You did?
Well, I mean, there were signs, and one day it hit me.
An epiphany.
No, a license plate fell on my head when I was walking under his cloud, but I just didn't want to admit it to my family after making them all move up here. I am the worst father in the world.
Did you willingly give up your own daughter as a sacrifice to save a town that didn't deserve her?
No.
Then you're doing all right, Walt.
Have you guys seen a giant monster flying by here? Some people call him Mog Chothra.
Not since he came to my village to destroy it. My daughter, Bella, fought him off. Can you believe it? She was so brave. She taught us all a lesson that day.
Your town wouldn't happen to be named Danger System 5, would it?
No, I think I mentioned I'm from Sugar Bunting.
What kind of name is Danger System 5?
Sounds like something from a kids' action program.
Huh. Yeah, something to entertain little kids, maybe.
What's this little hut for?
It's my wife's cloud shoe business. She was working hard to make money, while I just worked on giving it away. She's run off now, and I have no idea where.
I think I might have seen your wife.
Really? Where?
Don't tell her. You know what, Walter? When she's ready to come back, she'll find you, okay?
You're right.
Well, see you guys later.
Take care, Shay.
Hey, you want to buy a cupcake?
Hi, I'm Shay.
Want a cupcake, Shay?
I want a cupcake.
Great. Got any money?
No, but I support your cause.
That's great, but we need funds to pay for printing, distribution, baking, frosting. Come back when you get some real cash, okay?
What's the special cause?
We're raising money for an awareness campaign about her missing sister. And about the lies of the Maiden's Feast system. Yeah, cupcakes against lies.
What exactly are the lies of the Maiden's Feast system?
They told us that we had to offer maidens as a sacrifice to save our village. And we just went along with it because that's how it's always been done. Yeah, us too. But we were all lied to.
Yes, we were.
See, Rocky? I told you it'd be easy to convince people.
Why is it only maidens who are sacrificed?
Great question. Thank you. We have a lot of questions just like that.
So you're going to get rid of the whole system?
One cupcake at a time. Each one is like a question. We go from town to town, selling cupcakes, asking questions, until it's like a giant snowball of cupcakes and questions, rolling on and getting bigger and bigger, until it's big enough to take down a whole mog itself.
Wow.
Yeah, but, you know, you gotta start small.
Where are your parents?
Well, my dad is in my mom's cloud shoe hut, getting parenting lessons from Rocky's old man. And my mom's trying to cheer up another victim of the Maiden's Feast we met. A girl my sister's age. And I'm not supposed to tell anyone where my mom is, but I know. Let's just say she's catching dinner.
Well, bye. Good luck with the bake sale.
Missing Persons Awareness Campaign and Revolution by way of cupcakes.
That's what I said.
Okay, old man. This time you're going down. How'd you do that?
Say there.
Huh?
Do you guys know any place around here to get some money?
Ooh, I have lots of money. My dad says it's important to give it away. You want some?
Just enough to buy a cupcake.
Here you go.
Thanks. Why do you have so much?
Well, Pops gives it to me to give to Harmony, but I know Harmony likes to stay light, so I keep most of it myself to lighten his burden.
That'll never hold up in court.
Somehow, I think you're going to end up the hero of your family.
I know, 'cause I'm a warrior.
Why are you beating up this little kid?
Not teaching him how to fight.
I'm on lesson 5.
He begged me.
What are you guys doing all the way out here?
We needed to find a place far away from everybody. Some people don't like to see an old man beating up on a little kid.
Or the other way around.
Uh-huh.
Did you guys see that bake sale over there?
Yep.
frosted them cakes myself. Fastest gun in the West. Dang, almost out of the red stuff. Only got enough for one more cake. I better save it. I want to make sure I have enough to make one for Bella when we find her.
You frosted all of those cupcakes by yourself?
I can't help it. I see a blank cupcake and just have to frost it. I'm against this whole baker thing, but if we're gonna do it, then I'm gonna be the best at it.
Like me, with fighting!
Do you really need that cane? You seem pretty light on your feet.
Well, I do seem to have a lot more get up and go now that Bella's inspired me. Seeing her kick that fog right in its soft bits really put the fight back in my bones. But I still need the cane. It's where I keep my frosting.
Okay, back to your lessons.
On your feet, soldier.
I am!
Oh.
Hey, you wanna buy a cupcake? Hey, you wanna buy a cupcake?
Not good.
It's a fundraiser.
Hey, can I buy one of those cupcakes? I got money.
Great! I will take that money. Here's your cupcake. The red frosting is special. It was her favorite kind. Well, actually, it's my favorite kind. But I never let her have any before. And now she's gone, so now I wish I could. Hey, Rocky, it's okay. We're going to find her. You know, she's probably out beating up some poor Mog right now.
That is most definitely true. Thanks for the cupcake.
Tell him, Rocky. They've got red frosting! Yeah!
Anybody want a cupcake?
Oh, thanks, but I can't. Something about eating my daughter's face.
Aw, Hoosker. That's the best part. In fact, that's the only part I eat. I'm off gluten, you know.
I got you now! Oh.
Hey, want to frost this?
Darn. Why'd I go and do that? Now I don't have any frosting left to make a cupcake for Bella.
You can give her this one.
Oh, hey, good idea. Here, you can take my empty. See if you can get it refilled, okay?
Okay.
Hey, you want to buy a cup?
That egg looks like it's having a little trouble hatching. Maybe I should... Uh-oh. Oh! Ow. Looks like someone tied this ladder down. There's a note. Guys, quit moving my ladder, please. You're really cheesing me off. Signed, Gus.
Take us down! We are in our prime! Eat our sweet rewards! Wait. I'm not comfortable with that. Yeah, that's a little... Eat our sacred... How about we just skip that line? Okay. We'll return in time. Let our child rise from its rotten bed.
Hey, are you those guards who stole Alex's radiation-proof curtains?
Without admitting any wrongdoing. What's it to ya?
If you give me back those robes, I promise Alex won't press charges.
First of all, we didn't steal anything. Secondly, we're naked under here, so no way you're getting our robes. If you want them, you're gonna have to fight us for them.
I'll fight you for those robes, no problem. I need them to help my mom.
Oh, that's so sweet. He wants to help his mother. And he's willing to beat us up with a stick to do it.
No, I'm not going to beat anybody up, but I will easily disarm the both of you. I've completed several fencing missions with my yarn pals, so if you have another stick handy...
We don't have any fencing sticks handy, Mr. Fancy. But if you find one, feel free to come back and try to take our robes from us.
I'm going to get a stick, and then we're going to fight for those robes.
Why don't you go get some yarn instead? Yeah, we'd love to meet one of your friends.
Are you guys looking for a tree to talk to? Because I saw one down in the forest that might actually talk back.
Oh, no thanks. We know that weirdo. We're here because this is the tree with the fruit. The fruit, that is, the answer. That was really convincing, Courtney. Thanks. I did the pause just like you said.
What are you guys doing up here?
We are the former Dead-Eyed Druids. Misled and betrayed by a false prophet, we have come to seek wisdom from the Tree of Answers.
Why do you think this tree has answers?
Okay, honestly, it wasn't our first choice. We really came up here because we heard about this guru of lightness that a lot of people were following. But apparently he's out of commission, so we remembered this fruit. And since it was the answer to the riddle of Yorn, maybe it's the answer to everything.
Just because the fruit was the answer to one riddle.
Too many questions. This is a matter of faith. Also, we really need this to work because we've run out of stuff to believe in. Yeah, we're kind of at the end of our robes.
I'll be back.
Yeah, that's what the Deadeye God said. Up from a hidden pit. Long...
On guard, druids.
Okay, Yarn Boy. Enough is enough. You're lucky she's blind, kid. I didn't miss him because I'm blind, Courtney. I missed him because I can see. I've been pretending to be blind all these years. I never really had the faith like you, Courtney. But I don't have the faith, Dawn. I was pretending too, so I could be like you. What? You're not blind? No. In fact, I've been stealing and selling artifacts from the pyramid to save up money to get out of this town. Me too! I would have left long ago, but I didn't want to leave you here. I know how much being a dead-eyed druid meant to you. I haven't wanted to be a druid for years. I want to go to school and study hotel management. I want to study graphic design. and start a band. Let's do it. Let's just go. Right now. Right now. But what about our quest to find something to believe in? I did. How about you?
Oh, that's what I get for learning defense with candy canes. Maybe I should... Mind if I take one of these?
Please, spread the word. We might just save some lives here, man.
How's the fruit?
It's a little on the tangy side, to be honest, but you know, the game is always sweetest to the hunter.
What's that thing you're sticking in the fruit?
Oh, this little tapper thing? That's so I can skip all the skin and fiber and just drink the juice right away. Juice, you know? That way all the phytonutrients and stuff get in your bloodstream faster. For when you want to get healthy in a big hurry, man.
Hey, can I borrow that little fruit tapper?
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking the acid or something in the fruit is messing with the coating on this thing and giving it a weird taste. You can have it. I'll just squeeze it out natural.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I don't have a cold or anything.
Drinking all that juice, don't you have to use the bathroom a lot?
I'll let you in on a little secret. When you live in the clouds, you're never very far from a bathroom.
Oh, there are people down below. I was just down below.
Hey, watch the skies, man.
What's the big healthy rush?
Well, recently I was all hung up on my own on my underlying issues, and I had some time to think. And then this girl hit me. It hit me. I need to turn my life around. Then I got that high score at the arcade, and now here I am, the king of health.
So how are you going to turn your life around?
Well, like, what's the next step from here? Probably go back to the arcade, you know, look for another sign. Lots of other high scores to beat, man.
So why are you going to turn your life around?
Well, at first, it was because of this girl, McGee. I imagined her cheering me on through each level in 3D Hypercrypt. But then when I reached the end, I realized McGee doesn't care about 3D Hypercrypt.
She doesn't play video games.
No, she thinks the 3D is a gimmick. She only plays the original. But what I'm saying is that the high score, the juicing, it's okay if it's just for me. I'm not doing this to impress anybody, you know?
That's good. So, what kind of hunter are you?
I've been trying to get this fruit all day, but I had some issues, and I almost gave up. But I went to the arcade and beat my own high score on 3D Hypercrypt, and I was like, if I can do that, I can do anything! You know?
Of course. Everyone knows video games are good for your self-esteem. I'll let you get back to your juice.
Bye.
Better take these before those druids get cold and come back. I wonder what would happen if I carefully inserted this tapper. Not very deep, of course, just into the outer layer of the shell. I was just trying to get a sample. That was close. I'd better get out of here before she remembers to kill me. Look at that. Hey, what are you doing down here?
They all turned on me, after all I've done for them.
How long do you think they'll keep you locked up?
You know, I'm not even worried for myself. But what did they do with all my stuff?
Have any regrets?
I should have never abandoned my underwater commune. Now that was a sweet gig. I just got so sick of fish, you know?
Want me to get you out?
No, this cage is really for my protection.
What's Harmony doing in that cage?
Father carried him down here and stuffed him in. Told us not to let him out. Said he was getting rid of some trash the town didn't need anymore.
I'm sure he'll let him back out eventually.
Or maybe a big monster will come and eat him.
What happened to this place?
Haven't you ever been to the Maiden's Feast?
Yes and no.
Which is it?
No one should ever have to go to a maiden's feast. And no one ever will again, if I can have anything to do with it.
I'm cool with that.
What exactly is a Maiden's Feast?
Something we've always had to do. So we were told, and we believed it. We thought it a great honor. We were so happy for Vela. So proud of her. So foolish.
So, Maiden's Feasts are bad then?
My daughter taught us that when she fought the monster. You see, it didn't destroy the town. It just ran away. She was right the whole time, all those years. All those girls. For nothing.
I'm not sure if you want to hear this, Morelia, but you're actually cheering me up right now.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I just want to find my daughter. To beg her forgiveness and tell her how proud of her I am.
Please, please be my mother.
What were you guys talking about when I walked up?
I was just trying to cheer up this young lady here.
But she's just starting to realize what a loser I am.
You are not.
Then why didn't Mogchothra pick me?
Well, I'm not sure, honey.
Maybe he tried to get you, but something came up.
Who are you again?
My name is Shay. I'm not from here.
Listen, Twyla. It's time to move on.
And do what? The Maiden's Feast is the only thing I prepared for all my life.
Well, I'm sure you're good at lots of other things. Like, let me think.
Not getting chosen for things?
That's just mean.
Well, at least your costume is cool.
Oh, thanks. Made it myself.
You made that stunning dress by yourself? That's amazing, Twyla.
Meh. Fat lot of good it did me.
Do you think you could make me a costume?
Huh?
Oh, I think that would be a great thing for you to do, Twyla.
Well, maybe if you had a pattern and some material, maybe I could whip something up.
Okay, I'll get a pattern and the material and be right back.
Oh, exciting.
Never seen this kind of material before.
Can you sew it?
Shouldn't be a problem.
That's the spirit.
Just get me a pattern to work from. I should be able to make this happen.
There's that positive attitude I was looking for.
So, can you make me one of those?
Oh, that's adorable. How old is your baby?
Oh, it's for me. I need it a little bigger.
Well, I suppose I could use this for a reference.
There's my can-do gal.
Well, only one thing to do now.
Twyla!
Don't worry! I'll be right back! Come on, Vera!
Oh, I thought my teenager was dramatic.
this?
Just because I was working off a pattern doesn't mean I can't inject a little personal style, does it?
Dear, you are an incredible talent.
I need to help Dad balance the pH of his hole pouch mixture.
If only I had my instruments.
Got a pH reading for me?
The mixture has a pH balance of 12. Exactly.
Hang on there, son. Do you know how acidic that fruit is?
No, but my spoon will tell me.
I will. With pleasure, sir.
Worth a shot.
Report.
The mixture has a pH balance of 10. Exactly.
You're doing it, son. What are those, eggshells?
Shells is shells, right?
Actually, calcium carbonate is the main ingredient in all kinds of shells.
Exactly.
So you were listening to my night lectures on science.
Uh-huh. Any luck?
I'm detecting a pH level of 7.
Eureka!
It's perfectly balanced, sir.
Nice work, son. Now for the final ingredient. Just a small bonding and reduction agent.
It's
Perfection.
so small.
A little goes a long way. Come on, let's go fix that ship.
I love science.
Amazing. Just like my dad used to make.
Let me at that hull and I'll start patching around.
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, can I go down there?
Aren't you busy helping me find stuff for my ship?
Oh, yeah. What's left?
I still need a radiation suit. Once we take care of that, we'll be ready to fly.
On it. Hey, I got a radiation suit.
Great. Hey, what's up with all the feathers?
Extra protection. Recent tech advancement.
You don't say. Well, I have been asleep for a long time. Well, thanks, Shay. That about does it.
Is there anything left for me to do?
Just sit here and wait for your dad to patch the hull, and then we'll take off.
How long do you think that will take?
Hey, I waited 300 years for this. We can wait a few more minutes.
have you noticed that your ship's sort of shaking now?
That's the heavy-duty anti-gravity thruster you found, warming up. After everything else is ready, that thing's gonna blast us out of here.
Oh, man. Okay, see you later.
Okay,